I know you're going to clickbait that or whatever, but I don't care. Yeah.
Matty here for Pro Boxing Fans. We're in Telford, it's fight week. Magic Man Matty Harris. Long time it feels like since you've been in the ring. You must be buzzing to get back on the horse this Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been away working hard, so it's good to finally be back, I suppose.
Feels like a big night for you, Matty. Obviously had that, what I'm sure was a gutting night back in July. Talk to me a bit about how it's been, rebuilding from that, especially when it's a fight. I'm sure you would have been expecting to win. Things were going up until that point very well for you. There was a bit of hype building. How was that sort of recovering from what, as I say, must have been a gutting night for you?
Honestly, mate, it was all right. I'm not that much of a crybaby, to be honest. I get back to work. I'm good at holding myself accountable, and at the end of the day, we're in a results business, and the only thing that matters at the end of the day is getting the wins. I'm gone away. We've made some changes. We've put in the work, and now it's good to be back.
You're still obviously at the very, very early stages of your career. Do you sort of, as time's gone past, you look and say maybe it's a blessing, I can learn from this at this stage and build, so further down the line when the stakes are a bit higher, similar mistakes aren't made?
Sorry, mate. No, absolutely, 100%. I think that loss for me was a bit of a blessing. It came at a time where it was a lesson that I might not have wanted, but I needed it. I'm a firm believer of, as long as you keep working hard, things kind of work out the way they're supposed to. So I've been working hard, and as I said, it wasn't nice. It's never a nice thing to experience your first loss as a professional. But it came at a stage where it was easy enough for me to rebuild and go away, make some changes, and come back a better man.
Talk about making changes and working hard. I mean, you're under Peter Fury, one of the most sort of respected and revered trainers in the country. I mean, we don't have to list all his achievements. I think they speak for themselves. How's it been working with Peter? What sort of do you think he's implemented in your game? Do you think you've improved under him?
It's a privilege to be working under him. And yeah, I do think that I've improved. I still think I've got a long way to go. There's still a lot more to learn, and there's still a lot of more of improvements to make. But as it stands right now, as I said, I'm very excited for what the future holds for myself and Peter moving forward. And yeah, I'm really enjoying being able to put in the work properly. And as I said, he's someone that I trust to take me to where I want to go to.
You've been sparring some of the best in the business. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger or better than Anthony Joshua. Just talk to me a bit about that, sparring AJ, being around him. I'm sure, we'd be here all day if you were listening, like everything you picked up and learned from him. But just talk to me a bit about, sparring and spending time with AJ.
I haven't sparred him in a little while, to be honest, mate. But yeah, what's it like to be around? He's a great character. He's a good man at the end of the day. He offered me lots of advice, and even after the loss, he reached out to extend a hand. I mean, so did Derek Chisora. He called me the morning after the fight. I got back after I lost. I didn't sleep that night. I got back at 7 a.m. in the morning. The flight landed, and I get a call from Derek saying, he was using some strong language, but saying what happened, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's not because, as I said, that was hype building. He's been in there with me. He knows what I'm like, and he knows what I'm capable of. And so I've been down training with him and been all over the place, really. So yeah, as I said, losing at that point in your career is never a positive. To be honest, I did kind of forget the question, so I'm just rambling at this point, mate. But yeah, losing at that point in my career was good, because I was able to make a lot of changes. There's a point where, as I said, you're early enough to be able to come back and move forward from it. Losing when you get to British title level and suffering a loss, it's a little bit more difficult to rebuild. It's a longer road back. For me, at the end of the day, I lost to a journeyman, a guy that was better than me on the night, but he's not a better fighter than me. It highlighted my weaknesses, and I'm happy that happened so that I could go away and improve on whatever I needed to.
It sounds like you've taken it in a very constructive way. Just very last one for me, Matty, before I do let you go. I believe you sparred Francis Ngannou as well, so there's no one really better placed than you. I'm going to get a prediction from you, or a breakdown anyway, of the big fight next Friday night. Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou. How do you see it playing out?
AJ goes straight through him. The fight ends however he wants it to. I'm going to be honest here. I know you're going to clickbait that or whatever, but I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I think AJ smashed it to bits. That fight goes however he wants it to. I mean, you're talking about a former unified heavyweight champion of the world against a very novice fighter. I sparred Francis. You could ask Nissa Sauerland how that went. There's so many different levels between Francis and AJ, and I think that'll be really evident on for that fight.
Matty, thanks very much for your time, mate. I will let you go. All the best Friday night.